Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl May, your favorite book baddie with a chronic illness. And if I'm not your favorite, I will be. Y'all, I did it. I finished Joliet. Y'all did not lie. I think this story has altered my brain a bit, and I'm still trying to find all of the words that I want to say to convey my thought. But just my first impressions, absolutely 6 stars. This book was about 560 pages, and I could have absolutely read a couple hundred more. Rich and Lovey, Pup and Slim. This story was so good. Before we really get into my initial thoughts, Joliet is by the author Rae Lyse. It is a sports romance. It's forbidden love. There's a redemption arc. There is so much. I guess you can say found family in a sense. A rebirth. Y'all, Joliet was so good. I really can't find all of the proper words to explain. I really wish I had the right terms to do this initial review justice, but my first thought, if you're looking for some, we really shouldn't be doing this, but here we are, kind of love some real good slow burn, kind of love some uncovering family secrets, some healing kind of love, a redemption arc, some Southside by Lloyd kind of love. Oh, y'all, get into Joliet. It is absolutely worth it. This story, it had so many layers, and I'm really trying to do this review without spoiler, but Lovey is coming out of a very dark place. She finally worked up the courage to leave a very bad situation with her ex, and she goes home to piece herself back together. And in the process of her doing that, she meets Rich, and he teaches her about herself, what she didn't know that she had, gives her the strength and the courage that she needs to go on. And in turn, you see Lovey introducing Rich to things he never even thought he could want. This story, you have two broken people who pick the pieces up for one another, and they find healing. And it was just beautiful to watch, to read. I don't know why. It makes me kind of want to cry, but she's heavy. She has heavier topics, but it's so worth it to make it through this story, to get to their happy ending. I really wish that I could have had a couple hundred pages more, maybe even a short novella. I will take 50 extra pages. That epilogue was not enough. I feel like we just got to their happiness, and I know that that's the goal, but I want a little more for them. I want to know how Aunt Faye is. I want to know how Senior is doing. I want to see how Rich and Lovey are now that they have found they're happy. I want to know if Arnez gets through her grief, although she pissed me off several times. Big Uncle Kenny. What else? There were so many stories within this one book that Rae Lyse wrapped up very well. Her writing is beautiful. This is a work of art, and I will definitely treat it as such. This will be something that I can revisit. As thick as she is, almost 600 pages, this is a book that I will not forget. I can say that wholeheartedly. I highlighted so many different parts within this story. I'll show you. Like, y'all, please read this. That's really all that I can say right now. I am still trying to wrap my head around it. Again, I just finished it at 3 a.m. I pulled just about an all-nighter to get through this, and it was so worth it. I will say, chapter 33, baby, I cried. I cried. Even thinking about it right now, I feel like I was taken through there. I was really in that parking lot with them, and sometimes you really got to sit with your thoughts before you can really express it. And I'm finding that that's exactly how this book has made me feel. I'll read just a few of the highlighted areas that I marked up in the book. Let's start, let's do chapter 9. The first step to throwing a punch is to be brave enough to ball your fist up. That's a word. And baby, she did that. I was so proud of Lovey when she found her voice and the courage to stand up. Then you got Rich being a little trick of sorts. That man said, there's just something about a pretty ass woman sticking her hand out in front of me that makes me feel like I have to put something in it. That's part 1. Part 2, that man literally said, when you need some money, you walk your ass right up to me, you stick your hand out just like that and say, I need some money, pup. We love a man who provides. You got, I don't remember any man ever holding me like a baby. Not Tony, not Uncle Kenny, not AJ, or any of the other random guys I caught myself dating. But cradling me comes to Rich as naturally as breathing does. This was when I knew, for real. This was when I knew they was finna tear me up. So Rich was breaking my heart all throughout this story because you truly saw how he was built on survival and not love. How he really didn't see anything for himself. No love life, no family, nothing. He really thought that he would live and breathe the street fighting and that was it. This man, the few initial moments that you see Rich and Lovey interacting, you can see how she piques his interest and how he knows for a fact that she will break him if he lets her in. And he repeats it. Literally, that man said, listen, you the tough one out of us, all right? Not me. I'm the weak one. You came home to put yourself together. So that's what you need to do. Not follow me around and try and be friends with me. Friends get you in trouble, remember? And he kept repeating to her, the tough one, you got to stay away. Because if you come around these parts, that's it. And my girl kept coming. In chapter 18, we get, stepping inside his house doesn't feel as strange as it should. Oddly enough, it feels like I'm coming home after days of being away in some strange place. The part of the story where they finally have a bit of intimacy and they going back and forth a little bit, got a little banter going on. He asks her, do you belong to me? And she says yes, immediately. It was like right in that moment, you saw the switch flip. And that man literally knew. He said, don't tell me no shit like that if you don't mean it. I ain't never had nobody that just belonged to me. I wanted to hug him so many times in this book, y'all. The last one I'm going to give to you and wrap this up. As I said, chapter 33 made me shed tears. He looks at her aunt and he says, that's my everything, Faye. That's my life. Y'all, this book was way too good to put into words. And I know I need a better word than good. But right now, I told you my brain is still trying to process the entire story from beginning to end. I inhaled this book. This was absolutely a 6-star read. And I really don't know where I'm going to go from here. I have no idea. I just know that they got that beginning on Joliet, where the cross street meets Pine. That's all I got for y'all. Go pick this book up. Oh my God, do yourself a service and pick this book up. Read it. Let it sit with you. And come back and tell me how you felt about it. Love you. Bye.